I just wanted to talk today a little bit about something brief. I kind of want to answer the question, are you ever really too old to have somebody accompany you to doctor's appointments or help you with insurance issues or billing or changing dressings or help you in the shower if you need? Do you ever reach a certain age that where you should really be doing more of that on your own? That is at least the question I kind of want to address. And it's sort of come up a little bit in my personal life, which has made me think about this. And while obviously, if you're sick, so you're not going to be calling insurance companies, your parents hopefully will be on top of that for you, or and making doctor's appointments and all those things. But when you get to a certain age, the more I think about it, and, in my 15 years of living with ulcerative colitis and, chronic daily migraines and just being, having to see a plethora of doctors and dealing with all the bills and procedures and all that, I'm starting to see and realize that while age does matter, it doesn't really, really matter when it comes to life as a chronic illness patient. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I have a friend who used to talk to me a lot about how difficult the phone was for her, and while I'm somebody who rarely keeps my phone actually on, it might be on for certain people. I have the iPhone 6, so I'm able to kind of mute certain conversations, or, if I know I'm texting someone, I'll keep it by my side or something, but just the idea of a phone ringing or of getting a message or something, it startles me. I think that has something to do with IVs beeping randomly and all that, but the point is that I'm really starting to understand how difficult it can be to deal with all these phone calls and to deal with doctors and insurance companies and billing problems and not processing things correctly and trying to push to get a medication through that insurance is giving a hard time with, or there's been so many situations where surgery hasn't been deemed necessary for me, or they would give me the name of a literally just a gastroenterologist saying that this person could remove my J pouch, and just ridiculous things that obviously get cleared up, but it takes a tremendous amount of energy, and energy that most of us don't have. I barely have enough energy to kind of deal with myself day to day, let alone take on the role of doing all the behind the scenes. And it's just made me realize over the years since I was diagnosed at 13 and, under the care of my parents, and it just makes me realize how much behind the scenes work, I will definitely call it work, there is when you're chronically ill and to care for someone who is chronically ill. And it's just, now that, I'm older and I'm, having to become more responsible for things, it kind of stares me in the face. It's so hard for me to pick up the phone and call, an insurance company, even though I know that the person on the other end has no idea who I am, does not care at all. It's just talking about the experience and talking about, and having to make those phone calls. It's triggering, it's upsetting, it makes me feel guilty because, my family owes a lot of money for, procedures and hospital visits and all that. And everything's just so intertwined, and then it makes me angry, and I just get into this state of panic. And I don't think I really fully understood it until, the last, I think, year or so, because, honestly, my mom, both of my parents have been by my side through everything, and they have always done everything to make things easier for me. And, I don't want to take somebody else's personal story, but this person was at a doctor's appointment, and she had asked if the phone calls or if some sort of follow-up could be directed at somebody else, a close friend of hers, somebody, so that she didn't have to go through, the anxiety and the issues that I was explaining before, by dealing with the phone, since she's already in such a vulnerable position, being sick and in pain and all that. And the doctor kind of, I got the feeling, responded like she was an adult, so she should just be, able to handle it. And whereas, yes, that's true. And could she or I or anybody else handle it? Yes, we can. But why shouldn't, if something could be made easier for us, why shouldn't somebody just and jump on that? Why does it matter if a doctor calls one of my friends or a family member as opposed to me personally, if it's just kind of routine logistical things? If it makes me less anxious or upset, why does it matter? And if you're a caregiver, if you're a close friend or a family member, or just somebody, if you're in somebody's life who suffers from a chronic illness, just simply asking. I mean, odds are, honestly, no one's gonna really take. I would never take up a friend's offer to help me with insurance. I would feel too bad. But just the act of offering, and the act of just knowing that you understand that it's not just about being sick, it's about dealing with everything around it. And I started seeing, as a lot of a different doctor. He's absolutely wonderful so far, knock on wood, but I can't get there by myself right now. I've never driven into the city. I don't know especially don't know my way around this particular city. It would cause me so much anxiety. There's so much construction going on. Like, I would never be able to get there on my own. So my initial thought was, I tried to sort of surround myself with doctors who are very local. But, as a lot of us know, the local doctors are not always the best, and most of the time the doctors in the metropolitan areas and hospitals are the ones that you want to go to, especially if you have a complicated case. But anyway, I think you guys all get the gist. I just wanted to briefly touch on this, and also really, really thank my mom, because I think throughout everything I've gone through, I never realized just how much she did. I mean, I knew she was always there at every appointment. I knew she was always there, every single day I was in the hospital. I know she never left my side. She would always hang out with me, when I was recovering, when I was sick. She'd make me food. I mean, I knew all the sort of obvious things, but I never realized how much extra work it took for her to kind of keep us all going. And that includes my brother, and if she's at the hospital all day with me, when is she making these phone calls? So probably at night, when that would normally be her time to relax. So I just, obviously, as like all of us, the older we get, the more we understand things, the more we understand our parents, the more we just understand the world. And I just really want to thank my mom. I want to thank everyone else who makes the lives of people like myself easier, because trust me when I tell you, it's night and day. It makes things so much easier. And I don't know if my eyes are tearing or what, but I can't express how much thanks I have, and I can't even put into words. I have a mountain of bills and things I need to do right now, and it's so hard for me. And so any help, anything, I just want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I personally appreciate it. And I know so many, fellow Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and chronic illness patients really, really appreciate, all of your support and everything you do to make life easier and bearable in a lot of ways. So thank you.